stream of XCOM. So now that everything's settled down and I've fixed all the technical issues, I should probably go back and explain some things. You know, how noobish of me. I forgot to say stuff in the first stream. So I should explain XCOM 2 more. The premise of XCOM 2 and the reason why I showed that random like intro vid from a different XCOM game of the base falling was that the premise of XCOM 2 is essentially an alternate universe. What if XCOM had lost instead of winning? Like in the first game. So yeah, we are just continuing basically off the last playthrough I did of Team Trainwreck, where instead of them winning the base assault and repelling the aliens, what if the aliens had just overwhelmed them? And we're operating under that premise. So yeah, that's that. We also have... So, last time on XCOM, we did the first mission, and then I went over and re-recorded all the cutscenes that we had missed. So now that we're all brought up to speed, that the XCOM under Bradford and Boufflé managed to save the commander, me, and dragged me back to base. Now we're back at base and we're just going to explore it a bit, as well as make a couple characters. So let's get to it. Yeah, so by popular request, I'm also gonna omit all the segments of this playthrough, just to prove that I did this on Ironman mode, and two, because everyone wants to see me play dress up with their characters. Don't ask me why. So that said, I'm gonna delete that. That was just a test. Let's load. We had a stunning picture of propaganda by the traitorous Advent administration. They're channeling the 1950s very well. Okay. So now, I'm gonna go to research and...
I await your orders, Commander.
And despite the fact no one's really told me what to do, I'm going to go with weapons because I'm pretty sure
I do find that area of research to be among the more intriguing options available. We'll begin work immediately. I'll send word when a complete report is available.
Yeah, that should give me access to scopes, and that'll make all my troops more accurate, and honestly I prefer that over any body armor, because better defense instead of getting hit is just to hit the enemy back. And now let's head to engineering.
Okay, reworked your repulsors with some of the parts I salvaged from their old engine. Should fix that stabilization problem you had. Come on, Rover. It'll work. Commander! Getting our tech to talk to theirs is harder than you'd think. Lily Shen, Chief Engineer, at your service. You were probably expecting to see my father. In all that's happened, I'm guessing Central didn't tell you yet. He's gone. Dad gave everything he had to get us this far. This entire ship is his life's work. I know he would have loved to show you around the place himself. He used to talk about you a lot. You can be sure I'm ready to finish what he started. Might not look it, but from here, I can fabricate pretty much anything you come up with. And with a little more help, well, you'd be amazed with what I can do. It was an honor to finally meet you, Commander.
Interesting. So, we have no engineers besides here, just like just like that. So inventory, engineering. Okay. Oh. Okay, that's different. They put the bodies in engineering instead of research. Items can we build?
You'd be surprised how big of a difference some of these things can make in combat, Commander. With a few supplies, I can manufacture anything we need in no time.
Ooh, like these are all very good. Flashbang grenade. The flashbang grenade disrupts and disorientates enemies in a very large radius, inflicting significant offensive penalties. Basically, if I throw it, the enemy's movement and aim should go down by a lot. And honestly, I would prefer this more than frag grenades. You saw, frag grenades aren't cutting it, even in that first mission. Medkit. The medkit contains a pressurized solution that, when exposed to air, acts as a sealant and insulator. Infused with painkillers and antiseptics, the medkit can treat wounds and remove a variety of adverse conditions, including burns and poisons. I like the new model. It looks a bit like a fusion between the arc thrower and the medkit. That's cool. Smoke grenade provides a defensive boost to any unit within a radius of the smoke, friend or foe. I'm gonna put off buying any of these until I see what else we can do with supplies, because that seems to be the new money. Like if I'm strapped for cash, I'll get smoke, but I would go for flash. Build facilities.
There's room for us to expand our facilities on board the Avenger, Commander, but we'll need more engineers to clear out space for construction first.
What do I want to build? Okay, so we can get a laboratory where scientists can be staffed in laboratories to provide additional assistance to Dr. Tygan, further increasing the speed of all research projects. Engineers can be staffed in workshops, creating unique gremlin drones which can be sent to staff any adjacent room or facility. Power relay. Every facility aboard the Avenger requires power to remain operational. Building relays will increase the total power output of the Avenger, allowing for further expansion and upgrades. Guerrilla Tactics School. The Guerrilla Tactics School will unlock additional skills and benefits for our soldiers, including an increase to the number of soldiers we can take on a single mission. Yes, I need that, but power. Oh, it's at the top. 6 out of 12.
Guerrilla Tac will start work on the new facility right away, Commander. I'll send word when it's up and running.
Probably gonna have to build, remove this, but later. Let's go.
Dad sacrificed the only thing he had left to get this ship off the ground, and I won't let it be for nothing. She might be a little worse for wear right now, but with some new schematics and a little elbow grease, she'll be the toughest thing in the sky.
I obviously, in this alternate universe,
the Advent propaganda machine is running full steam. We're picking up their transmissions even way out in the middle of nowhere.
Obviously, in this alternate universe, XCOM never faced a battleship. Otherwise, she would be
We've
totally
done what we can to honor our fallen soldiers, Commander. It's not much, but it gives our people a chance to pay their respects.
Oh man, we can even change epitaph. Yeah, I didn't really know you, but that's all I can really say. You were a good soldier. You killed. Let's go. The armory, and let's view the soldiers we do have. Do they all have the same? They do. They have all the same stats. Okay, you are a psychopath, my friend. F it. I said that we would be able to customize one person, and we will do just that. We will have to sacrifice Carlson because we don't need a second Danish person. We need to cut down on this. He's wearing the XCOM 1 armor. That's nice. But first, story purposes. We will have our first returning member of Team Trainwreck. Fortunately, I can change sexes. Nationality, you, sir, Buffle, are Frenchman. Proud. I'm just gonna put down a pre-written backstory that I did. Yes, I'm a loser and I pre-wrote everyone's backstory, but I hope everyone enjoys them. I know Herman did. No, I'm just not gonna put a date of birth. Yeah, that's simple. Kurukai disaster. No, I don't know what that is. Something I should look up later. Let's just delete this. Alright, let's copy this down. There's no italics. Oh, what? There... Oh. Okay, I ran out of space. Damn it. That's gonna be an issue, because all of the bios I wrote were like 250 words, and... not even halfway done. Alright, I'll just read it. So, fortunately for XCOM, there were some who never lost faith. Those who lived and breathed the XCOM credo, Vigilo Confido. I watch, I am necessary. Sporting wounds that would have fell lesser people. Oh, I need to change that. That would have felled lesser. that would have felled lesser people, Soros Boufflet crawled out of the meat grinder that was Delta Section and managed to end up in Central, where he, Bradford, and a handful of survivors got aboard the last Sky Ranger and fled the doomed base. For a time, it seemed hopeless. But XCOM was not just one base or a group of soldiers. It was a multinational organization with outposts in each member country and safe houses around the globe, armed with nothing but a copy of XCOM's master list containing assets, embedded operatives, supply caches, and access codes to all. Boufflet and Bradford would continue to fight, scrambling to keep the organization together and keep strategic assets out of the enemy's hands. Boufflet was made Supreme Commander a number of years into the conflict, which at that point had turned into a slow war of attrition that was heavily stacked against the world's defenders. But their few victories, including stealing an enemy supply barge and converting it to the Avenger, have made them a force to be reckoned with. After the commander returned, Boufflet gladly stepped down, taking up his former mantle of Team Trainwreck's squad leader, ready to teach the aliens why the blue X and stars was to be feared. Alright, now, let's customize this bad boy. Props. No, let's not worry about that yet. Let's do everything first. That's actually the right hair color, so I'll leave that. Eye color, yeah, that's right too. Right skin color. Let's find his hair though. Okay, so I know he had a... I forgot what it was called. He had a French army hat. So it would make sense if he had a short hair. Short hair before I put the hat on him. Facial hair? That's been 20 years. Let's give him some. Double goatee. I mean, you know, it's better than nothing. He's been through a long 20 years of fighting and leading XCOM. Main armor color, let's make this a light blue. Oh, well, but not gaudy light blue. Let's make it fashionable at least. That's a nice, maybe a bit darker. Yeah, that's a little darker. Weapon color, heck, we'll also make it blue. However, this man is a proud Frenchman. He will have a French voice.
J'y vais. C'est parti.
Oh no, what?
Tout de suite. Je confirme la position. Allez, on bouge. Ok, je bouge. Tout de suite.
Should be deeper, like a leader.
J'y cours. Compris. Allez, on bouge.
Oh yeah, French
C'est parti.
speaks. Okay. He looks a bit too boyish. Oh no, that's even more boyish. What did he look like in the original XCOM? Actually, I like that. Yeah. His skin was even paler. I know he had a longer face than it. Pretty thin face. Let me just look it up real quick. Oh no, it's a very square face, but he has very small features, which none of them have. Hero. Small nose. Seriously. Square faces. Okay, it's either A or D. A. Square. It's mean. Oh, what? Okay. Our helmet, let's give him the beret. Maybe I have to unlock it. Ah, here we get a helmet. Looks good on him. Oh yeah, the original. Ooh. It's very... yeah. That's a nice new look, Bufflet. I like it. I just need a beret, but it's weird that they don't have that unlocked. Alright. Lower face prop. No. You didn't want that. Can't give you an armor pattern. Honestly, a lot of features are locked and I don't know. Oh, gain more experience. I guess that makes sense because you're a rookie. If you die if people just spend hours creating all their rookies and then they just die their first mission, it's kind of a waste. So, makes sense. Okay. Just some ground rules I should lay out. Like, obviously, again, damn it, I forgot to mention this. Like, I'm just a college student. Like, there's gonna be a lot of background noise. This is all amateur stuff. Already I've seen some people from like other countries like somehow see my videos. You know, good on you, French and France and Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's not. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, don't expect much. If I see a flaming comment, I will delete it and I will ban you. Okay, with that out of the way, we have our first. Can I really not change this? Like, maybe I can just put in. I'll just put in the second paragraph. managed to rack up a few victories. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. 3 more characters. This goes against my writing senses to use the word war twice in the same sentence. Oh no, I need one more. Alright. Alright, Buffet, welcome to the squad. Our loadout. Resistance Warrior Kevlar armor. All soldiers receive Kevlar armor as part of their basic kit. Research can give us access to better armor. This will help tremendously in battle. Assault Rifle. Firing the primary weapon ends the soldier's turn, in the absence of special training. Use upgrades looted from enemies to improve the assault rifle's tactical effectiveness. Damage 3 to 5, clip size 4. Frag Grenade. Damage 3 to 4, radius or range 10, radius 3, shred 1. Frag grenades are useful for removing or shredding enemy armor. Frag grenades are effective at damaging low-level advent foes, but tougher enemies will shrug them off. Grenades can destroy targets' equipment, so relying on grenades too much will reduce our salvage opportunity. Yeah, when I used that grenade to kill the advent leader last time, that probably made us lose any salvage from him. Let's see. An SMG. Ooh. Firing the primary weapon ends the soldier's turn, blah blah blah. SMG-style weapons offer bonus mobility, close quarters accuracy, and concealment relative to assault rifles, but they do less damage, have less ammo, and suffer accuracy penalties at long. I recall Buffet running with an SMG for a long time in Long War. So let's go with that. Yeah. Damage is 2 to 4, flip size 3, but gets to move faster. And that might be all that he needs to flank an enemy and put an end to them. Okay, let's recolor the weapon. No, actually I get the feeling Buffet would like gunmetal black weapon. Just like the FAMAS. Straight off the production lines. Feels professional. Buy the book. Alright. So with that,
Hello, Commander.
Hello. Did you say your name was Lily? Flashbang. Yeah, that'll have to do.
Pickings are slim, but I'm hoping we find a few more recruits who can handle a wrench. I could use the help.
Yeah. Like, seriously, Buffet, you guys, like, have 3 people. Power. Interesting. Objectives. I don't have any. Fair enough. Alright. To the bridge.
Commander, good to see you on your feet again. Welcome to the bridge, the nerve center of our operation. The aliens have our entire world in their grip. Advent controls everything. Government, communications, industry, not to mention the military. And it's on us to take it all back. Resources and time are tight, Commander. It'll be up to you to decide how to best use both. The ship is yours.
Thank you, Bradford.
While we prepare for new operations and continue our research, we can pass time by scanning at sites like this one. On your order, we'll start our scans on the surrounding area.
Commander, one of our resistance contacts just tipped us off to a site that may be worth investigating.
New Arctic. That looks like it's in southern Russia, Tibet. Alright. Overgrown checkpoint. Rumor from the Resistance. Commander, after our recent success, members of the Resistance in New Arctic have brought us reports of activity that we may want to investigate. Sure.
Avenger plotting new course.
This is very different than from what I'm used to.
Commander, the Avengers' remote scanning capabilities will help us search the area for clues or other resources. It's going to take some time, though. We've got a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, we need to... Wait, like... What do I have to do? Okay, well, that's my... Can I only do one thing at a time? Okay, let's scan. So I guess we have to scan for 4 days.
These findings will likely prove crucial to our ongoing efforts, Commander.
Modular weapons. Weapon upgrades available. Nice. Let's get new research. Modular weapons. Codename Tinker. March 4th, 2035. We've had the troops digging through scrap piles and looting corpses, and at this point, it's safe to assume that they're on constant vigil or anything we could use to improve our gear. All the raw materials in the world won't mean much if I can't find a use for them, but I think this modular weapon system is a good start. Having pushed our existing designs about as far as I thought possible, the integration of a few key alien components provided the much needed stability we've been looking for. With these modifications in place, we should be able to attach larger upgrades for even more firepower. The troops will like that. Elshen. Lily Shen. So, we got magnetic weapons. Commander, researching the Advent modular weapons has allowed us to reverse engineer your system for our own use. Any weapon upgrades found in the field can now be attached directly to our soldiers' weapons to provide tactical bonuses. An in-depth analysis of the Advent weaponry will no doubt lead to greater understanding of their magnetic projectile dispersion systems. This should allow for production of various magnetic-based firearms, along with further insights into Gauss weaponry. Yeah, but that's gonna take a month. Let's go into body armor.
I'll see that work begins immediately, Commander. I'll contact you when I have a full report available.
You do that.
The Resistance is slightly more organized than I had imagined based on the rumors, but it still sounds like they'll be relying heavily on us to handle both strategic and tactical engagements with the aliens. Hopefully their network of contacts will, at the very least, provide us with valuable insights into Advent movements and positioning.
Just give the word and I'll get started, Commander.
Alright. Well, wait, what does that mean? Weapon upgrades are available. Oh, fuck. Times like these make me think a blind playthrough was not the best idea.
For most of our soldiers, the living quarters on board the Avenger are a step up from the conditions they've had to live with on the ground.
Oh, it doesn't look bad. It, you know. Oofle. Okay, wait, so if I can just click around, Commander's quarters, bar, memorial, engineering, armory. Oh, where are we? Oh, the aliens did a number on that city. Shit.
I can see the allure of the Advent Therapy Clinic. A few minutes under the knife and you've got a clean bill of health. Too bad you need a chip to get in.
Alright. Let's keep scanning.
Strategic resource located.
Beneath the looming statue of an elder, we noticed an overgrown security checkpoint placed at the intersection of two roads. After further inspection, the corpse of an Advent security officer was discovered slumped over a small desk inside. Our engineers swept the site and recovered a number of useful system components. Nice. Commander, after a recent success... Okay, another thing.
Avenger plotting new
Okay,
course.
let's go. Wait. Okay, look, I don't need an engineer at this moment. I would need scientists, so let's get intel first.
Setting course for the Arctic territories.
This is a nice place to have an HQ to. Wait.
Commander, as the Resistance continues to grow, we'll have a better chance of finding openings to strike back at Advent. As it is, we've already identified a potential target to disrupt the aliens' operations in this region. Our window of opportunity is limited, so we'll have to move fast.
Okay, acquired a new target for our guerrilla operations against Advent, Commander. Is this an assassination target? Operation Dying Rhyme. Objective, destroy the alien relay. Pretty easy. Reward, Dr. Catherine Garcia, engineer. We're gonna get an engineer anyway, so let's do this. I know you're supposed to bring a bunch of cookies, but I'm going to bring one versus one. Play. Yeah, I'm gonna bring one specialist because just in case the XCOM 2 throws us a curveball. Mario. Oh my god, that's almost full of rows. Ready, guys? Hopefully I can keep that frag. Yes. Medkit. What's easy, so no, I'm not gonna say how easy can it be.
Sky Ranger deployed.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Alright, Fire Brand, begin landing sequence. Hold on to 1 second.
Signal triangulation is locked in the location of a hidden alien communications relay uploading data to the Advent network in this area. Disrupting the aliens' progress is our highest priority, so we're moving to destroy the relay before they complete the transfer. Terminate any hostile forces operating in the area. Secure the site and destroy that relay.
We're going to the Slums District in Roach Street, Beijing. Flame, spiffy. Yeah. We are go. Go for launch.
Menace 1-5, the communications relay is up ahead. Move in and destroy the target. Camouflage de l'escouade activé.
It's just in a store? Sure. Okay, so pray to God there's only 6 enemies, because that was the last one. Flay, lead the pack.
J'y vais.
No target spotted.
I'm on the move.
Okay, we have 8 turns, so I'm gonna maybe aim for this stairwell. Maybe aim for that stairwell. That give me a height advantage. Alright, I'm not gonna poke my head around corners because I noticed that was something I was doing in the last one. That was just dumbass. That was just something dumb. You don't even do that in the first XCOM. Because that allows everyone to shoot you.
Scan en cours.
Eyes on the prize.
2. What? Oh no. There's an enemy in there. Oh, crap. Can we close that door? Okay, so now we know. There's another group there. I don't know if that means there's another group of enemies in there, or... I'm going to go around them then.
J'y vais.
Just try to avoid the enemy for as long as we can. Not get entangled into any firefights.
Got it.
I think it's okay to go out of cover. We're rising speed at this point.
Got it. Moving.
Cover doesn't seem to offer any concealment advantages.
I'm on the move.
But I'm not going to be stupid about it. Let's have an Overwatch. Does Overwatch trigger? Only if revealed.
Got it covered.
Okay. Crap, we're gonna have to move faster.
Bien compris, j'y vais.
Take a risk. Look lively, men.
Our gremlins can attempt to access the Advent network from here. We might be able to hack their systems and get an advantage. But be careful. If they detect us, things will only get worse.
Two-man blob. What can I can cancel hack, right? Okay, there's no... Try it later when I... Oh.
Bien reçu. En route vers la
If I
cible.
smash or go through any doors, don't know. Or it's not.
Understood. Moving out.
Got it. Moving.
Will do.
Perhaps I'm being too timid. Shouldn't see.
Ok, je bouge.
On my way.
There it is. What's that? Let's keep
Je me dirige vers les coordonnées.
Civilians are blind. Blind. Okay, well, we pretty much reached the objective, so...
Good to go.
I'm not gonna hack. Until I get my bearings, I'm not
On the
gonna
move.
hack. I don't know what that even entails, so...
Confirmed.
Alright, Liam. I'll hack you. I don't know how to pronounce that. Name though.
Moving on target location.
that a washing machine? I think that's a washing machine. That's a cool washing machine. I get this thing.
Okay.
What's that? Fucking book it. Play, It's error on the...
Je bouge.
Although they bear some resemblance to the sectoids first encountered during the invasion, their genetic structure now includes human DNA. They are stronger than ever, with an even greater psionic potential.
Oh, crap. She's dead. She's dead. Oh. I have heard what these sectoids can do. Oh, sorry, Bufflet. Wow. Shit.
I've got eyes on an
There's
addict.
more. I locked myself between kills. It's up to you, Josh, if you want your character to live again. No one's on Overwatch. Meta. We need to destroy this. Not even just for sure. This is I'm at heavy risk of getting flipped. This could work.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
Still getting used to XCOM 2.
Fire in the hole!
Everyone, get to the roof. That's how we're gonna do this. Done. Okay.
Heading out.
Don't stack up too close. That was taking on us.
I'm on the move.
I just noticed that shit. Get the bastard.
That's not good. Target neutralized. I can't move!
Are you suppressed? This is exactly what I was afraid of, that we'd get pinned down.
happening? No! This isn't right! This isn't right!
Dumbass.
Oh, no!
Dumbass. We've lost this.
No, damn it! No!
Alternatively, that works. Trial by fire, I guess.
No respite for the dead. The aliens have found a way to mind control them now.
The alien transmission is still active and we're running out of time. Get to the relay and take it out, ASAP.
I made a very incorrect assumption.
Move it! Get an evac in here!
Revacuum aboard this mission.
Flash out! Taking fire over here!
Oh.
What? No! What's happening? No! This isn't right! This isn't right!
I hate it how my troops always hit when they're panicked. Damn, looks like I'm on fire. Please don't tell me he gets to attack. Okay, evac's gonna be delayed just a bit. Sorry, Buffet, you're
On
gonna
my
have to
way.
put down the second time. Just for this one. At least flush it. At least flashbangs what was intended. I swear to God, if you miss.
Hostile neutralized.
We're gonna have to pull this guy to reach on this roof.
What I could!
Avenger, all XCOM operatives are dead or
Fell
MIA.
through the roof.
I'm returning to base.
lesson in XCOM. Shit. Very hard lesson.
I've done what I can do to aid our troops, but obviously, it hasn't been enough.
Hello, Commander. The council you once knew is no more. Its membership have all sworn loyalty to the Advent administration, with one exception. It is good to see you again. In the days since your capture, I have done all I can to aid the Resistance from the inside. It was these Resistance operatives that provided the intel leading to your recent extraction. As of now, Resistance forces are currently somewhat disorganized. If we are to defeat Advent and their alien masters, you must change this before it is too late. What you are seeing are classified reports of missing civilians from across the world. Their numbers are growing. We suspect they have been taken to a nearby Advent black site, though its exact location remains unknown. Time is short, Commander. We need you to take charge of Resistance operations throughout the world. Establish contact with the local cells and bring them into the fold. Find this black site and shut it down. Save our world. The clock is ticking. Good luck, Commander.
New objective added.
We're making progress, Commander. I've updated our objectives based on the latest findings. Although you have been placed in a difficult position, Commander, expectations of your success remain high. You will need to review your tactics to minimize further losses. We're getting thin on manpower, Commander. We should check with Resistance HQ for new recruits.
Force under strength. Commander, we don't have enough available soldiers to field a full squad. Recruit new units immediately to increase the size of our force.
I never got around to asking you, Doctor, but what exactly did you do before the invasion?
At one time, I was employed as a biochemist in the pharmaceutical industry, mainly researching vaccine production techniques. Because of my background, I was rounded up by Advent and put to work in one of the very first gene therapy clinics. I saw firsthand what their technology is capable of, for better or worse.
I'd say we're lucky to have you with us.
I appreciate the sentiment.
That doesn't look like a he. Oh, wait, that does. Not entirely sure why she wasn't processed into prisoners. Raised in a remote community in South Africa, Babatunde learned the art of survival at an early age. Instilled with a strong sense of self-reliance, he's eager to do his part to take back dear. You'll do, my friend. Ledma. Zoe carries herself like a military veteran, but has been reluctant to speak about the details of her past service in Australia. Raised in a remote, Svetlana was barely out of basic training when the invasion started, and she wound up fighting her way across Russia, apparently surviving on her own the past few.
Commander, we have a lead on the alien black site, but we'll have to rely on the local resistance to actually get us into the facility. We should try to make contact with their forces in the region as soon as possible. It's the only way we're going to find out what's behind this so-called Avatar project.
Avenger plotting new
Let's build
course.
up before we just charge straight into story missions.
The outcome of this research can only further our advances, Commander.
I hope it does that more than the last research. With limited resources available to outfit our troops, up until now they've had to make do with whatever makeshift armor Shen managed to piece together for them from various scrap materials. Relying on methods that might otherwise seem outdated, we've developed a means of producing a multi-layered nanofiber weave capable of withstanding direct impacts as well as any traditional armor, without the added weight. Our troops still have to exercise caution. Even the nanofiber has its limits. It may be best suited to our forces who rely on agility over pure stopping power. In any case, I imagine our soldiers will be pleased to see any improvements over their current equipment. This is the same from the last game. New item available, nanoscale vest. Plated armor. A light armor underlay derived from Advent armor. This vest can be worn with all XCOM armors to increase soldier health. We could expand our communications. But I'm gonna research alien biotech. Where am I? Exist.
I had assumed you'd make that research a priority, Commander. I'll notify you as soon as the report is available.
From my own experience, Advent generally deploys heavy security rather than subterfuge when it comes to protecting their primary facilities, at least the ones I had access to personally. If they have gone to the trouble of hiding this black site, I suspect our findings there will lead us to even greater questions.
What can I do for you, Commander?
Build me shit. Supply. There's no gray market, is there?
Do you ever regret leaving the city?
Honestly, none of that really bothers me. What I miss the most is my equipment. There was certainly no shortage of resources on their side.
Don't worry. I'm sure the Commander will find something nice for you.
Yeah.
Much of my own research based upon this simple design. If only I had known. Ah, Commander, excellent timing. There's been some progress. I've managed to break down several key components of the chip implanted into your skull. My analysis reveals that its primary function was that of a conduit, passing a vast amount of data directly to your cerebral cortex. With the primary connection severed, much of that data is lost. Several fragments do remain, however. Ghosts, if you will. Observe. Tactical combat simulations. War games. The sheer volume of encounters you were processing was astounding. It is truly remarkable that you survived as long as you did. Though this may seem disconcerting, there is still some good news. This chip bears a striking resemblance to a medical implant I briefly assisted in developing at the gene therapy clinic in New Providence. My understanding was that the implants were intended for high-ranking Advent officers only, captains or above. Retrieving a chip from such an officer would be the only way to know for certain. A greater understanding of these implants would undoubtedly benefit us all, Commander.
Got it.
New objective added.
How do I autopsy anything? Tell me more. Okay, so our objectives. Ugh. Okay, so we need to do an autopsy.
The Advent officers have clearly been modified to allow for their subordinates to receive new orders psionically. The implanted chip is the key.
So, I guess a weird development in the aliens' invasion is that they have unlocked our psionic potential. That was their initial goal. What comes next? That's what we're finding out. New facility available, Advanced Warfare Center. New research available, Advent Officer Autopsy. Alien Biotech, codename Nano, March 12, 2035. With little time to prepare, we were forced to conduct an extremely invasive procedure on the commander in order to remove what appeared to be an implant carefully enmeshed in the occipital lobe. Although all indications were that the device was not designed for removal, concerns as to the commander's potential longevity and the risk of possible remote manipulation by the aliens left us with little alternative. Despite my concerns, Commander has so far felt no lasting effects from the procedure and appears to be recovering ahead of expectations. As for the chip itself, my initial findings are alarming to say the least. The device is psionically driven by the latent energy of the subject's brain, in this case, the Commander. More importantly, it appears the device functions as both a transmitter and a receiver, relaying information via some form of psionic link. Even after removal, I've had to shield the device to contain the residual psionic fields surrounding the implant itself, for fear of what it might be capable of. If my current theory is correct, the Commander may have played a more important role in Advent's operations than we could have possibly imagined. If I had to guess, I was the one fueling this Project Avatar. Avatar of humanity? Once the AWC is built, soldiers may gain a bonus ability outside of their current class whenever they are promoted. In addition, an engineer can be staffed in the AWC to decrease the time our soldiers need to recover from injuries. Aside from the variety of fascinating genetic enhancements found in the Advent troops, the officers appear to be augmented further with some sort of biomechanical implant. I believe this allows for some form of communication throughout the alien hierarchy. If we were to somehow tap into the system, I wonder, what might we hear?
The Advent officers appear to be similar, if not physically the same as the common Advent trooper in terms of power and agility. However, field reports indicate a more developed mental acuity, as the officers do provide tactical directives to the subordinate Advent forces.
Alright, you do that.
Commander?
I know this is like a bad note to end on, but... Or well, let's finish this first. Landmark. After smoke began to rise from a nearby landmark, we used our long-range scanners to probe the site. With no immediate indication of hostile activity, we conducted an aerial sweep and found an engineer living in a small settlement nearby who was trying to signal XCOM. Reward: Dr. Graham Morris, engineer. Welcome to XCOM, Graham. College buddies. Alright.
Now that we have more staff on the engineering team, we can start clearing out space for new facilities, Commander. We should keep looking for more recruits, though. We'll need them to staff the facilities once they're built.
Alright. Actually, that is a sort of nice way to end this video. Alright then. With that, it's over. Well then, if after our second completely failed mission, let us see how XCOM fares next time. What's a little challenge, eh?